the future of the filibuster matters for so many different areas, but as we keep saying, voting rights is, at least right now, one of the most important ones. And Chuck Schumer recently weighed in on that. And I want to show his video and give a little bit of a response to it, because it might not be exactly what you expect, but here is Chuck Schumer.
The Republican legislature voted to cut early voting by 9 days, close polls an hour earlier, and tighten rules on absentee voting. In Wisconsin, where urban and rural precincts face vastly different administrative burdens, Republicans have proposed limiting ballot drop boxes to only one municipality, no matter what its size. Could be 10,000 voters in a rural Republican county, or 500,000 voters in an urban Democratic county, one ballot drop box. In Arizona, no fewer than 22 separate measures to limit voting rights have been introduced, including a bill to require every absentee ballot to be notarized. How are poor people going to pay for a notary when there's virtually no indication of fraud? This is one of the most despicable things I have seen in all my years. Shame, shame, shame.
Okay, so Chuck Schumer's totally right about a lot of that legislation. He's right about the notary in particular. It's just a poll tax, that's all it is. They found a way to do a poll tax that's not technically a poll tax. And JR, I want your response. I will say first though, shut up, Chuck Schumer, honestly. Like, no, everything that he said is right, but I don't want you doing this speech on the floor of the Senate or whatever, and like saying shame, because shame isn't going to do anything. Like, it has nothing to do with anything. You need to do something. Like, and someone might respond, well, he's just pointing out how wrong they are. That's part of how you persuade people. Isn't that what you try to do, John and JR on the show? Yes, we do. Because I can't do anything in the Senate. I have no actual power. All I have is hopefully trying to convince people. It's a perfectly fine thing to do. But if you have actual power, deploy that. Don't talk to the cameras. Don't talk to the Republicans. Talk to Joe Manchin. Talk to Kristen Sinema. Yes, the Republicans are against you, but they're not the most important ones who are against you if the goal is to get rid of the filibuster. You need to talk to your own people. They're not in the camera. They're sitting next to you. They're your colleagues. Do something about them with the actual power that you have.
No, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because there's this mindset that Mitch McConnell still has the power, because he keeps talking as if he has the power. Again, he's convincing even his colleagues that know better, or that should know better, that, oh, well, you just wait until we're back in power. Well, this is how it works, Democrats. If you take your opportunities when you do have the power and implement things that help the vast majority of American people, they will vote you back in. Yeah. Then you know who won't have the power? That a-hole who keeps talking about how much he's gonna dismantle the country further once he has power. He has so much perceived power that he keeps telling you about, that he's telling you what he's gonna do when he's out of power. And we're listening to him. The guy who lost is telling us what's gonna happen.
Yep.
The Super Bowl loser is taking the t-shirts and the hats from the winning team and putting them on and going, we won, we won. That doesn't work that way, bro. You know what's gonna happen if you do that? The entire fan base is gonna boo you and disparage you and talk about how much of a crazy loser you are. But for some reason in this game of direct wins and losses, the loser continues to control the conversation and we're listening to him. In fact, he gets mad about it as if you're supposed to listen to him. This is why it continues to happen, because they're afraid of what he's going to do once he gets back into power, because he keeps telling us how he's gonna get back into power. He'll only get back into power if you don't do anything right now. And people go, oh, well, I guess the Democrats are the same as the Republicans, because the same bad things keep happening in my life. I can't tell the difference, and they're right.
Yes.
Because they can't tell the difference, because the lines of differences in their policies keep mixing. So every once in a while, Joe Biden and his administration will come up with something decent to do, then they won't really do it. So people will hear, I heard Joe Biden was doing great things, but they don't know that it never happened because he allowed them not to let him do it. So everybody's the same now. So who cares? Mitch McConnell will be back in power. Now we're afraid of what he's gonna do. He's gonna destroy the Senate. Bro, it's one of the most frustrating aspects of our entire government that I have to look at every day.
Yeah, and there's a lot of competition for that. Supposedly, like I read this thing on Yahoo News, and supposedly Biden's like getting like all hyped to like go big and get rid of the filibuster. Okay, that's great, get hyped and talk to Yahoo News or whatever. But also, talk to your people. They're the ones who can stop you from changing the filibuster.
Talk to the American people. How many people and regular citizens watched that hearing? That was a great little speech. I'm not against anything that he said there.
And neither am I.
Hear it, you know? Or is it going to be in ads? Is it going to be on appearances on regular television networks? You know, I don't know. Maybe there will be because he does do TV. So
that's true. That's true.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.